Okay guys, this is the account that I was actually talking about. So you can actually see that I funded $82 here, then made a profit of 106 from one setup. And right now I'm actually going to shift to my MT5 on my PC, and I want to explain to you what I did, and it's actually a top-down analysis of what I did. So stay tuned and please make sure you hit the subscribe button. As usual guys, you know that we start our analysis on the H4 time frame by drawing our swing points, right? That is the first thing that we do. Our H4 is actually our directional time frame. So I'm starting by this swing point here, then this swing point here, then another one here, then another one here, then another one here, right? So what you have seen right now is the swing points that I've actually marked, right? So let me zoom out a bit and show you something important. So you can actually see that on this swing point here, price was actually making some necessary movements here, right? And it was resisting around that swing point, and you can actually see that the price was actually in a downtrend. So we were anticipating our entries around that zone. I'll definitely show you. So I've marked my swing point, the first thing. Then I shift to my H1 time frame as you can actually see here, right? So the other thing that I actually do is on H1 I find like my structure. So you can actually see that from this point here up to here, price was actually in an uptrend, and we had our level 1, level 2, and level 3. And when price actually failed to break structure to this point, we knew that some sudden change was actually going to occur on the market. So price broke structure on this bottom side, on this swing point here, hence we were in a downtrend. Then we had our swing low here, swing high, swing low, then we were on a downtrend, right? So as I've analyzed right now, I will definitely be looking for sell opportunities, right? I was like looking for sell opportunities. That is what I'm actually trying to say here. So after this, you can actually see that on this swing point here, price was actually resisting on around this zone right here, and I was anticipating for my entries on that zone. So what I did next is I added this indicator called, what is it called, the Deriv supply and demand, right? So you can actually see that on the H1 it was not like marking out some resistance and supports, so I left it to that. Then I added another indicator that is actually called the error channel here. Then okay, so you can actually see that okay, this one does these things on its own. So it uses a certain criteria or formulas to create these channels. You can actually see that there's a channel here, there's a channel here, there's a channel, there's a channel here. So you can actually see that this trend line here was being tested here. I entered the market using this trend line right here. You know, I entered it around here, right after this top hand here, right? That's when I entered the market. You can check the point on the like the previous screen record that started on this video. So right now I'm on the H1 time frame, so I shifted to my M15 to find my possible entries, right? So on the M15, right, you can actually see that it created this channel here, this one here, and this one was a break of the channel here. So you can actually see that there's a verified resistance around this zone, as well as this trend line that was created by this indicator. So I knew that something was actually going to happen there, and I was like, okay, let me wait a bit and see what I can actually do. So this was the M15. So for my entries, like for that entry, I shifted to the M5, right? Let me shift to the M5. So on the M5, right, the shivered indicator told me that there was a verified resistance here, and I knew that price was not like going to come back there for the fourth time. You can actually see that with 1, 2, 3, 4. It was like okay, 1, 2, 3. I am not considering this as 2 because this sounds like an M, right? So it's 1, then the third time here. So my end was on this close here. So this was something like a drawdown here, but I didn't get out because you know I had $8 in the account. So we had a boom, I moved up to here, then that's how I made $108, right? By using these two indicators, the Deriv supplying and demand, then the error channel, right? Like marking out those channels and getting my support and resistance, then you know, trying to figure out those entries. Okay, so this is all about this kind of thing, guys. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow your trend. Love you.